over.
And remember, this is the Akai Arlet combination. That's kind of disgusting.
It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It's still pretty effective. So as long as the Arlet kind of survives that lane, generally speaking, and knowing that it's Sora, it's not that hard. You're not gonna get punished too badly.
Which is why I think Team Falcon's ID recognize that, right? They don't want to give Arlet the space, so they ban out heroes that are very notorious in the mid lane to kind of counter those rotations. Lilia gets banned out. I think that's a smart pick. The Minotaur gets taken out from Team Falcons as well.
Yeah, I'm going to make a hard prediction here. I think after the Minotaur, they might be considering... I don't know if they want to consider getting rid of Atlas here, but at the same time, it's like, because they've got the Akai, they're not really too worried about the big team fights, which is why I'm wondering why they're worried about the Minotaur of all things.
I feel like it's a respect ban.
Really? In comparison to like, oh, if they get the Cho, and then they can do like a 1-2 combo and play for picks rather than just pure team fights.
So far, Nika's only been playing Atlas, Minotaur, and the Belleric.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, so that means with Gord gone, Lilia gone, it's really just making sure that Aurora can't just naturally wombo combo with each other, but they also do get first pick on red side on the second phase, and this is by far the most important pick. Could be, I would assume they're jungler if we're going based off of track record. Oh wait, no, that was when they were on blue side, actually.
So what are they going to go for here? Barras has been banned out. It's a unique ban, I would say, with the Matilda being banned out as well.
Yeah, to my knowledge, Raimundo would be the roamer, so I don't know what you think she would be rocking.
Yeah.
Does she want to go Hylos again?
I'm thinking that. I'm thinking a way to either counter-engage or enough utility to kind of bail them out of the situation. But first, they're going to go with the Harley. I don't mind this as much, but the big problem with Harley right now is that Arlet will mess you up if you're just a little, you know, a little happy with your tricks.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. There's a very small allowance for error when it comes down to it because of the drafts that we're seeing from Aurora. And that's kind of a good sign, right? We might be seeing our first best of 3, who knows? But, next 2 picks, however. Claude?
Oh, Hanabi, right off the cuff here. Okay, Hanabi. What are they going to pair it up with? Because again, when I'm looking at like a team fight composition, I want to see like the traditional styles of setters. And so far, the Akai, sure, you can disperse. Marcel, maybe not. But they get the Valier as counterplay knowing that Atlas is available.
I think that's smart. I think that's genius. The Hanabi, however, is an interesting pick. It's definitely one of the unorthodox picks that we've seen here at MWI. We've seen it a few times, I think, Stream B, but we finally get to see it in action here. I think my main concern is how volatile and how vulnerable this pick is, especially in the early stages of the game.
You know, from the side of Ray Young, though, going back in time onto that side station match that you mentioned, Quinn ended up picking out Hanabi and going 8-1-8. So it does have an effect and can truly impact the game. It's definitely interesting.
Yep, no, that's actually correct. I was casting that game and I thought maybe the Hanabi isn't going to do as much as I thought, and then it did. Now the final drafts have already been complete. An early style composition that's very magic heavy on the side of Team Falcons in comparison to Aurora, who again, I think they have to play around the Hanabi as well as the Valier as the main anchors of the team. Valier especially. If he doesn't have that Seer, they're going to be in a lot of trouble once they break through the back line.
Well, there's been a couple of changes on both sides, but was it enough for Aurora Gaming to take down Falcons Indonesia and force to game 3? That's what they need to do to stay alive. One more loss means their key gets crushed. It's Falcons Indonesia, Aurora Gaming, map number 2. Mirko Brigida, take it away.
The Marcel makes it way to the Land of Dawn in Stream A finally for the first time, but so does the Hanabi. It's back and it's about to prove whether or not this could be the key to securing that 2-0 sweep for Team Falcons ID, or for changing the course of Aurora Gaming's fate. Welcome to game number 2. This is match point for Team Falcons ID, and we're seeing a lot of the combos that we're not used to seeing really getting in the hands of our team. I'm talking about the Arlot Akai in the hands of Aurora Gaming, but how much could this impact the space that they could create for Mob Psycho? Is it really enough with just an Aegis to get away from all these people who could chase like the Harley and the Hilda?
No, definitely not to you know, get away from the chase, but great against CC. Now the thing is, I guess, a bit of CC with Violet. We did see how oppressive Violet could be with the CC on the Sora all over the back line. So at least you'll be able to deal with that. Now, I know the panel also mentioned the Hanabi finding success. It just also got a game win. Geltech, Osprey drafted it for Geltech.
Yeah. And
they were able to get a win and come back against Twisted Minds over at Stream B. So this Hanabi's been rising in stock, especially at MWI. We'll see exactly if Mob Psycho and Aurora can try to get a win here as well. No, unfortunately, not a win over on the Gold Crab take, and Chev knows exactly what she wants to do, man. Against the Hanabi, it's all about those dives early on.
Yep, at least they still have the AGs, so that's one of the main tools that they could definitely capitalize on. Obviously, just wanted to bait it over there, but Mob Psycho's smart enough to not just use it at any given moment.
Yeah, Nika's gonna have to recall here early on already. It's all about the level 4 start here, and it's coming down to Luette and Violet. Anu with the help. The XP grab given to Luette. Still no level 4 though. She's been zoned, I believe, in this lane. She's actually quite a bit behind. Down below though, Chev with the gank. The Aegis procced already. Mob Psycho stays alive, but on the other side of the map. This is a win for Aurora. They have control. The jungle's down below. A red tree secures the first neutral objective for Aurora.
It's very clear what they wanted at that point. Aurora very confident to go in with the objectives. They knew that they had the upper hand considering the Akai lineup, but on the other hand, Falcons unsuccessful in at least the attempt to take Mob Psycho away from their very own turret. The final slash did not land right there. So far, it's been a success for Aurora around the map.
There you go. They're going to go for a Higanbana. Liv's caught, but has the flicker. That was 3 ultimates utilized to gank Liv.
And she still clears the lane.
Yep. Well played. Clears the lane, flickers out to safety, doesn't panic after seeing a heavy spin and 2 members walk up to her. And now that's just great. Falcons, despite the first turtle, they're still the ones in the lead. I think mainly because of that gank onto Mob Psycho. Liv's just going to constantly shove. Nika flickers away from the deadly magic.
Okay. Those are more resources burnt from Aurora rather than Falcons in that instance. It was just a flicker from Liv that we saw used at that moment. And I believe they're really keeping everything in check. With Raimundo just constantly putting herself in these kinds of positions, they're very much aware of how Aurora's trying to move around the map, and look at that!
Yeah, Raimundo doesn't like Nika, that's for sure. She just keeps on walking up, getting those damage axes down on her. Yeah, she's gonna have to recall again just after recalling, just after coming back. Violet though up top.
Okay.
They try to go for the dive onto Luette, flicker out to safety, and that means a disengage for Falcons.
Yeah, it's great. So far, we've seen Hilda's perform exceptionally well in the previous series that she's been picked up. Disruption, and maybe not even directly towards Anu because you really don't want to do that against an Akai jungle, but more so on the members who are trying to create space for Aurora in general. So you see Nika's really struggling to just positions herself first because it's always Raimundo finding these bushes and taking control over them. But it's a different story this time. We're looking at the turtle and it's a 5-man rotation from Team Falcon's ID.
Yeah. Mob Psycho sent up top to the weak side. Gonna try to go for the clear and possibly a trade, and that's why they give the neutral objective control away to Falcons. They're gonna go for the mid prio first. Clearing out mid. Zulana in position, the turtle resetted by Raimundo. Well played, Chev. Trying to get level 4, final slash coming down as well as they go all in onto Raimundo, but she's able to flicker around now. Violet comes in for the back line. Good heavy spin to this engagement. Liv is tearing them apart and flicker forward. Liv gets first blood. Luette now next to the chopping block as Nika's here to pop in the golden hour, but gets very low. In the end, it's Luette down. Anu has to walk away, and the neutral objective won't even be in the sights of Falcons. They're gonna go straight for the turret in the mid lane.
That is one of the very few warranted flicker forwards you get to see from gold laners. Liv confident enough to put herself in that position because she very well knew that they would be winning the fight anyway, that they would be finding the most important targets and they would eventually get the right amount of support from the other members right after the objective, which they took just now because, as you mentioned, they prioritized map control. They prioritized faster conversions into objectives they felt were more necessary for them to just ramp up the pace of this game, and it's working wonders for them so far. It's already a 2K lead, and with this, I think you could really maximize the threat of Sev just surprise attacking these members of Aurora who are just very vulnerable to the deadly magic.
There's so much to look out for if you're Aurora. Like you mentioned, Zev, with these deadly magics, with the creative angle she's been able to get onto Aurora, especially with this front-to-back composition falling flat early. It's a good stun. Now with the final slash as well. Onto Liv, no flicker. Good cash by Aurora. Finally on the board, but look at Falcon straight with a response. Conceal.
Okay.
Good disengage by Zulana. Zev up top though. 1v1, deadly magic and the damage. The Aegis comes around. Now Nika's coming in as well, providing support. Zev needs to run away. And Mob Psycho somehow survives the assassination attempt up top.
That Aegis is actually making a difference, no? Like survivability-wise.
I didn't expect that.
It's really helping Mob Psycho keep herself alive, even when Zev just found the perfect opportunity to potentially take her down. So it's a bit unexpected. And yes, if it's just that, then you don't really need to worry. But Raimundo!
Final slash and the max range of that skill 1 to get her stunned, forcing the flicker out. But Falcons again are the ones proactive on the map. They see Aurora making moves to get a gank, to catch a member. Falcons go straight for the objectives. They're gonna go and get another structure, so all tier 1s down for Aurora.
It's actually Raimundo's handling the sides, no? Okay, she may be in a very dangerous spot there though. In exchange of maybe a bit more control on the other sides of the map, courtesy of her teammates. But then, Aurora, at least bit by bit, they're finding kills here and there on crucial members such as Liv and even Raimundo.
They're still going to have to dig deep, though. They are a game behind. This is an elimination match. Nika's walking up, trying to open up for Anu, but she's going to get chunked down now. Oh, even through the heavy spin, CC immune. Golden Hour only catches one, and it's Violet who's able to escape. Now Luette jumps into the midst of it all. It's going to be the RWBM to lock her down as Zev goes for the poker trick behind them all. Liv with the flicker in, Zulana pushing her back, and that's going to be Nika with the backup as well. Aurora backing away. Falcons now with the neutral objective control. Third turtle of the game. Luette is trying to go for the damage. Raimundo's walking up. And that's a neutral objective given over to Liv. I don't know if that's intentional.
Yeah, Raimundo really hurts though. Raimundo on this Hilda, and the Hildas we've seen really hurt though. Especially when they get to lock on targets such as Zulana. You get to use your starting turns away, and I feel like there's nothing else stopping Falcons from just pushing forward and trying to close in these specific targets. We're taking a look at the equipment right now, and there seems to be quite a significant lead between the carries or between the gold laners. Oh, Nika doesn't get away from that!
Nope.
Okay, Deadly Magic takes her down in that moment.
This got slain by Deadly Magic.
Yeah, this is tough for Aurora at this point. At this point, they're already losing out on so much map control. The moments that we do get to see them find pickoffs, it requires so much of them to really sync up, and mostly it's been from Anu and Luette, but without them, what else can they really rely on? It's taking a bit of a while for us to see Mob Psycho actually get online. So do they just really wait for Falcons and rely on the potential counter setups that they can go for with the Golden Hour, with the heavy spin, or with the final slash?
It's a big problem. It's all on the combo. Deadly Magic and the poker trick. A good final slash in the Higanbana for a trade back on Zev. But it's Raimundo up top. Now looking for the play. It's the Golden Hour coming down as well. Nika with the Golden Hour catches them as Zulana goes for the shots. Not enough to take anyone down. And look at Violet cutting their movement so Liv can get another tier 2. Mid and down bot, it's both down. It's another Falcons winning trade.
Yeah, their conversions. And it's weird to say, but it's a conversion after losing one of their members. It's them just making sure that they're very efficient with time, with space, and that Aurora are not able to get as much. When they're starting this Lord, Falcons have information though.
Anu has the heavy spin. They might be looking for that. Now it's going to the shifting skies, catching 2. Heavy spin, pinning her down right now as Nika's still able to survive with the Deadly Magic sticking down on her. That's the rest of the team. Patting back on Luette. As Nika's still able to survive right now as that's going to be Violet on the skies. Nika's waiting in the bush. Gets the hit in the end. Liv flickering forward, getting onto Mob Psycho as Zulana gets caught by the poker trick. And it's the Void Blast of Livy to claim a double. And it's just Nika left alive. One member, it's the roam. There's no chance of a steal. Falcons are gonna get a free neutral objective on the Lord.
One of the most aggressive carry games we've seen this entire day long. 2 flicker forwards which did not put her in danger. Livy and Seb. Oh, Deadly Magic!
The fadeaway nigga gets into the fountain in time. Just barely away from the Deadly Magic.
They're gonna be okay for now because there's still a Lord that's about to spawn and that Falcons are looking to utilize to take as much as they can. There are no Holy Shields left in mid and there's a significant lead that you're looking at between, again, the junglers, and even the gold laners. At least there's additional layers of sustain for Mob Psycho. Also has the Magic Blade, but will that be enough? Falcons are looking to just dive all in.
Charge down, final slash, only find Raimundo. The shifting skies there, cancelled out with a heavy spin as Raimundo gets pinned down. Violet Comet Higanbana goes into the skies onto Luet. Again, it's Liv looking for those shots. So far, Zuliana's been the one on the board. 2 for 0, but for a base turret as Falcons try to go for more.
Yeah.
Shoving up top. Livy looking for the zone. Nika walking up, getting the frozen moments. Now Luet with the charge in. Deadly Magic and also the final slash, but she's going to get bursted down by the Deadly Magic. Taken out instantly. The wave below is chunking that base turret.
The first part of that team fight looked really good for Aurora, but it was a bit too obvious that they wanted more. That final slash forcing Falcons under their turrets instead of them willingly trying to go for the more calculated engages made things a bit more favorable for Aurora. But the aftermath, the way that they still tried to push forward despite Seb being there.
Whoa.
Liv!
You mentioned the aggressive carry, but she's just baited 4 members out of the base. Now they go straight onto Mob Psycho with the Deadly Magic. Golden Hour saves her for a bit right now. The Deadly Magic isn't enough to take her down. The photo doing work. They're counting away right now, but it's going to be Violet with the skies. Up top, taking her down. It's Luet against 4, and Seb picks the kill.
It's only Zulana and Nika who are assigned to defend this base. They're trying to end it here, but can they?
Deadly Magic Live with the flicker, the killing spree. Zulana shoving everybody back. She's trying to defend, but at the end of the day, it's Falcons to move to the next phase of this round. And it's unfortunate, but it is the end of the road for Aurora Gaming.
They put up a much closer fight. It seemed like they were starting to find their way around